Alina, I called out, pushing the door open with my elbow. Still holding the takeout bag in one hand. No answer. The lights were dim in the apartment, just a soft glow from the bedroom seeping into the hallway. I took a step and something felt off. Babe. I tried again. I walked past the living room, paused. A shoe-oriented sneaker was lying by the couch. My stomach twisted. I moved toward the bedroom. The door wasn't fully shut. And then I heard it. Her laugh, soft, breathless. I pushed the door open. She was on the bed with him. Arjun froze first. Shirtless, Alina clutched the blanket to her chest. Ishaan, she said. Not even surprised. Just annoyed, like I'd interrupted something mundane. My throat closed up. I couldn't move. What the hell are you doing here? Arjun said, getting off the bed like I was the intruder. I looked at him. Then her. Then back again. Are you serious? My voice cracked. Alina rolled her eyes. Can we not do this right now? I blinked. Not do what? Catch you screwing my best friend. She stood up, calm, wrapping the blanket around her like it was just another Tuesday. It's not that simple, no. Looked pretty simple to me. Arjun sighed. Listen, man, don't. I snapped. Don't you dare call me that. He opened his mouth, then shut it. Good. I couldn't take another word from him. I turned to Alina. How long? She didn't answer. How long? I repeated, louder this time. For months, she said, cold, flat, like it was a business transaction. I laughed. It came out more like a choke. For Jesus. It wasn't planned, Ishaan, she said, as if that changed anything, right? You just accidentally kept falling into each other for months. She stepped closer. I didn't mean to hurt you. Didn't mean to. I shook my head. You looked me in the eye every single day. Slept next to me. Told me you loved me. I did love you, she whispered. Then what the hell is this? Arjun crossed his arms. Feelings changed, man. Things happen. I stared at him. You were supposed to be my brother. He shrugged. Things change, that was it. No apology, no guilt, just that. I looked around the room. Our room. The framed photo of me and Alina from last winter still sat on the dresser. I dropped the takeout on the floor. Keep it, Ishaan. Alina started. But I was already walking out. My keys jingled in my hand. My legs were shaky, my chest tight. I didn't look back. I got in my car and shut the door. Silence. And then rain, heavy, pounding against the windshield like the sky was mocking me. I just sat there, gripping the steering wheel. My phone buzzed. Once, her name on the screen. I turned it face down. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just sat there and watched the city blur behind the rain. The streets looked unfamiliar. Or maybe I just didn't recognize the person I was anymore. I didn't know where to go. Home wasn't home. Friends, I didn't have those anymore. So I parked under a bridge and reclined the seat back. Cold, quiet, cruel. I closed my eyes. But sleep didn't come, only that image, her bare shoulders, his smirk, the silence, that soul-breaking, suffocating silence, and the one question that wouldn't leave me alone: why wasn't I enough? I walked into the office the next morning like a ghost. People didn't make eye contact. Some whispered, some stared and quickly looked away. Every fake smile felt like a slap. I took the long route to my desk just to avoid the kitchen. I didn't trust myself to hold it together if I saw Aryan's mug sitting there. Or worse, his arm around someone else like nothing happened. Rhea appeared beside me before I could even sit. Come with me, she whispered. I followed her into the supply closet. She shut the door behind us. Rhea. What the hell? Ishaan, she interrupted. I need to say something and you're not going to like it. My heart sank. You knew. She didn't answer. I stared at her. You knew, Rhea? She exhaled, not at first. But yeah, I figured it out a few weeks ago. I laughed bitterly. A few weeks. I wanted to tell you, I swear. But I wasn't even sure. And then I saw them leaving together one night. I tried to convince myself it was nothing. But it wasn't nothing, no. Her voice broke. It wasn't. I looked down at the floor, so everyone knew but me. That's not fair, she said. No. I snapped. You watched me joke around with Arjun. You saw me bring Alina lunch. You let me be that guy, the idiot who had no idea. You're not an idiot. I sure as hell feel like one. Rhea stepped closer. Ishaan, I didn't want to hurt you. I thought maybe they'd stop. Maybe it was just a mistake for months isn't a mistake. She nodded, I know. And I'm sorry, I leaned back against the wall. My head hit the drywall with a dull thud. How many others knew? I asked quietly. Rhea hesitated. I don't know for sure. Probably. A few. Arjun was never discreet. He bragged when he drank. I squeezed my eyes shut. My fist clenched. It wasn't just them, I muttered. It was everyone's silence. Ishaan, I feel like a joke, I said. Like I've been walking around with this giant sign on my back. You're not a joke. I shook my head. I trusted him more than anyone. I told him everything, every fight, every fear. He was supposed to be my brother. And Alina, she was my future, I said. My throat tightened, or so I thought. Silence stretched between us. You didn't deserve that, Rhea whispered. Then why does it feel like I did? Because you're blaming yourself. That's what good people do. But it wasn't you, Ishaan. It was them. I looked at her. Her eyes were sincere. Tired. Maybe she hadn't slept either. They made you feel like you were the crazy one, she said. That's what cheaters do. They lie until you start questioning your own reality. My jaw tightened. I keep replaying. Everything, every moment I thought was real. It all feels fake now. It wasn't fake, you were real. Your love was real. They just didn't deserve it, I scoffed. Guess I'm done being the good guy. What does that mean? I looked at her. It means I'm not going to cry in corners anymore, she stepped back. Ishaan, be careful. I'm not going to hurt anyone, if that's what you mean. I know. But revenge can rot you from the inside. I gave her a half smile. Who said anything about revenge? You just did. I didn't reply. We stood there for a while. The hum of the overhead light filled the silence. I'll tell you what I know, Rhea said. If you want it, I want everything, all right. But promise me something. What? Whatever you do, don't let this turn you into someone you're not. I paused. What if I don't even know who I am anymore? Rhea didn't answer. And honestly, neither did I. The message came in while I was staring at my ceiling. Sleep nowhere in sight. I'm sorry for what my sister did. I blinked, sat up. It's Mira, Alina's sister. I just thought you deserved to hear that from someone, Mira. I hadn't seen her in over a year. She was always a quiet one, kept to herself. I replied without thinking. Thanks, that means something. Her next message came seconds later. Do you want to talk? Just coffee, no expectations. We met at a small cafe 2 blocks from my place. She was already seated, nursing a cup of chai. Mira, I said, pulling out the chair across from her. Ishaan. Her smile was small but sincere. I wasn't sure if you'd actually come. Neither was I. She nodded slowly. How are you? You really want to know? I wouldn't have messaged you if I didn't. I feel like I got hit by a truck, emotionally, spiritually. Whatever lie. She laughed softly. Yeah, that sounds about right. I looked at her. Why now? I found out what happened. She told me everything. Eventually, I sipped my coffee and she's not sorry, not really. She just feels exposed. I swallowed hard. Figures. She always thought the world would forgive her. Because she's beautiful, because she's bold. She's reckless, I said. Mira nodded. Always has been. But this was cruel. I didn't expect you to take my side. I'm not taking sides, she said. I'm acknowledging the truth, and the truth is what she did to you is inexcusable. I stared at my hands. You know what hurts the most? I loved her, fully, blindly. And she didn't even flinch when I walked in on them. Mira's eyes softened. I'm sorry, you said that already. I'll keep saying it if it helps. It doesn't. She looked down at her cup. I hated how she talked about you after. Like you were disposable, like you were some phase. My jaw clenched. I wasn't a phase. I was her future. I built everything around her. I believe you. I steadied her. Why do you care, Mira? She met my eyes. Because I know what it feels like to be used, to be lied to. Maybe not by a partner, but by family. There was something raw in her tone. Familiar. Alina hurt you too. She hesitated. She took things from me. Small things, big things. Attention, trust. She has a way of making everything about her. I exhaled. Yeah. That sounds like her. I'm not excusing her, just trying to say I get it. I appreciate that. She stirred her chai. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. I can just sit here. No, I said, it's okay honestly, this is the calmest I've felt in days. She smiled faintly. Good, you deserve calm. I took a sip of coffee. You're different than I remember. So, are you? How? You used to be louder, laughed more. That guy doesn't exist anymore. I don't think that's true, she said softly. I think he's hiding. Silence stretched between us. Can I ask you something? I said. Of course. Did you ever think she actually loved me? Mira paused. In her own way maybe. But not in the way you loved her. I gave her everything. And she took it, she said. That's on her. Not you. I looked out the window. Rain had started to fall light, but steady. I've been angry, I admitted, like burn the world kind of angry. That's normal. I don't want to stay there though. I don't know who I am without her. You're someone who showed up today, she said. That counts for something. I gave a small laugh. That's a low bar. But it's a start. We finished our drinks in quiet comfort, no pressure. No forced words. When I stood up, Mira did too. Ishaan, she said, brushing hair from her face. If you ever need to talk, really talk, I'm here. Why? She smiled. Because you were good to her. And good people deserve someone to be good to them. I opened my mouth, closed it. Thanks, I said finally. Take care of yourself. She said, you too, and for the first time in days, I didn't feel like breaking. You always get the same thing, Mira said, nudging her cup toward me. I like what I like. You don't even look at the menu. I smirked. And yet, you keep showing up. She shrugged. Maybe I find your predictability comforting. We sat on the park bench outside the cafe, our cups steamed between us. Evening light filtered through the trees, soft and gold. You ever gonna tell me why you keep meeting me? I asked. I could ask you the same thing. I don't even know. I admitted. Maybe because talking to you feels easier than being alone. Same? There was a pause. The kind that isn't awkward, just honest. We never talk about her, I said. Mira's fingers tightened around her paper cup. Because we don't need to. Sometimes I think I should hate her, I muttered. But I don't. She looked at me. Why not? Because hate requires energy and I'm too damn tired. Mira smiled faintly. That's fair. We walked in silence for a while, our shoes crunching over fallen leaves. She did it before, you know? Mira said quietly. I turned to her. What? She did this to someone else. To who? My boyfriend. I stopped walking. What? She was 17. I was 16. He and I had been together a year. What happened? She met him, smiled, flirted, took him. I stared at her. Alina took your boyfriend. Mira nodded. She didn't even hide it. Said if I couldn't keep him, he wasn't mine. Jesus, it broke something in me, she said. Not because of the guy, he was just a stupid high school crush, but because it was her. I sat down on the bench again. My chest was tight. You never told anyone? My mom said I was being dramatic. That I should be happy for her. I swallowed hard. That's messed up. Mira sat beside me. It's how it always was. Alina in the spotlight, me in the background, and now here we are. To people in the shadows she left behind. She chuckled. That's poetic. It's tragic. Maybe both. I glanced at her. How'd you forgive her? I didn't, she said. I just stopped expecting her to be different. We sat there, the sky turning from gold to blue. Can I be honest? I asked. Always. I like talking to you. Too much, maybe? Mira looked down. Yeah, same. But it's confusing. I know. She's your sister and she broke you. I exhaled. Exactly. There was a beat of silence. I think Mira said slowly. We're not here because of her. We're here in spite of her. I looked at her. You really believe that? She nodded. You're not some rebound. And I'm not trying to fix you. I searched her face. But it still feels wrong, maybe. But it also feels real. My throat tightened. You're the first person who doesn't make me feel like a fool. You're not a fool, Ishaan. You were in love. Still am. Maybe, I whispered. That's okay, she said. Healing isn't linear. I stared at the ground. You ever think we're messed up? Definitely, she smiled. But maybe that's what makes us honest. A breeze passed. She pulled her jacket tighter. I offered her the scarf around my neck without thinking. She hesitated, then took it. Thanks. You're welcome. We sat again in silence. But it wasn't empty. I don't know what this is, I said finally. But I don't want it to stop me either. My heart beat unevenly. I should hate you, I murmured. Because you remind me of her, I know. But I don't, and that terrifies me. She met my eyes. Same. I leaned back. Watching the sky turn darker, she leaned beside me, her shoulder barely brushing mine. In the quiet, I realized something. I didn't feel hollow anymore. And that scared me more than being broken ever did. Don't go, Mira said. It's a trap. I zipped up my jacket. She said it's just dinner. She said a lot of things. She called it closure. Maybe I need that. Mira crossed her arms. Closure isn't found at a dinner table with your ex and her new boyfriend. I hesitated. Then why does part of me still want to see her face when I walk in? Mira sighed. You want power back. That's not the same as closure. I didn't respond. I just left. The restaurant was dimly lit, warm lighting, fake laughter, real tension. I spotted Alina instantly, center at the table, like always. Ishaan, she called. Like nothing ever happened. You came. I forced a smile. Wouldn't miss it. Arjun didn't look up. Just sipped his drink like he owned the world. I sat at the opposite end, the farthest I could manage without walking out. You look, well, Alina said, eyeing me like I was a stranger. Surviving, I replied, a fake laugh from her. Good. That's good. I turned to the waiter. Whiskey, neat. Arjun finally glanced over. Didn't expect to see you, man. I stared at him. Likewise. Alina placed a hand on his. We thought, maybe this could clear the air. Clear the air, I repeated slowly. After what? Your betrayal? Or the silence that followed? Her jaw tensed, but she smiled through it. Let's just enjoy the evening. Before I could respond, I saw her. Mira walking toward the table like she belonged there. Alina's face froze. What is she doing here? I invited her, I said casually. Mira slid into the seat beside me. Hope that's okay. Alina blinked. Mira? You didn't say. Didn't know I needed permission. Arjun cleared his throat. Awkward. I leaned back. Isn't it? Dinner began. Forced small talk. Laughter that didn't reach eyes. Alina kept glancing at Mira, her smile twitching, cracking. So, Mira, Arjun said. Still into books and whatever. Mira sipped her wine. Still into sleeping with your best friend's girl. Silence. Forks froze midair. I held back. A smirk. Wow, Alina muttered. This is petty. No, I said, this is real. Alina narrowed her eyes. You're different. Yeah. Turns out betrayal will do that. She stood abruptly. Can I talk to you alone? I followed her outside to the quiet patio. The air was colder than inside. Or maybe it was just her presence. You're dating my sister now. She snapped. I looked at her calmly. No. But I'm thinking about it. Her eyes flared. You think this is funny? I think you hate not being in control. You brought her here to hurt me. No, Alina. You already did that. This is just me choosing not to bleed for you anymore. She stepped closer. You really think she's any different? Yeah, I said. Because she never pretended to love me and slept with someone else behind my back. Her lips trembled. You were never supposed to find out like that. I laughed once, sharp. You really think that how is the problem, you and Mira? It's sick. No. What you did? That was sick. This feels honest. She stepped back. You're trying to punish me. I'm not trying anything. You just don't like seeing me move on. Her voice cracked. With my sister, I leaned in. That's what really gets to you, doesn't it? She didn't answer. She just stared like she couldn't decide whether to cry or scream. I walked past her. Back inside. Mira looked up as I returned. You okay? I nodded. More than okay. We didn't say another word the rest of the night. But when I saw the fire in Alina's eyes across the table, I knew one thing for sure. She finally realized she couldn't break me anymore. Another delivery for you, the receptionist said, holding out the flowers. I didn't even glance at them. Throw them out. That's the third one this week. I know. I barely made it to my desk before my phone buzzed again. Alina, please. Just talk to me. Then another. You meant something to me. Don't throw it all away. And another. We were confused. It was a mistake. I stared at the screen, expressionless. Mira message too. But it was different. Mira, coffee later. No pressure. I Typed, yes. No drama, no guilt, just space. I didn't know I needed that until she gave it to me. So, she said, sipping her latte. More flowers, lilies this time. Ironic, Mira raised an eyebrow. Funeral vibes. Fitting. Honestly, she doesn't get it, does she? No. I muttered, she's not trying to make it right. She's trying to make it mine again. Mira looked down, you still love her. I don't even recognize her anymore. She nodded slowly. I've been there. I looked at her. Do you ever feel like you should be angrier all the time? She said, but anger's exhausting. I used to think closure was an apology, but now I just want peace. You're getting there. Later that week, I opened my door to find her standing there. Alina. Eyes red. Voice soft. Can we talk? I didn't move. Talk? Then she stepped in, hesitantly. I messed up. I know. I thought I wanted something else. I thought but it wasn't real. I crossed my arms. And now I see. You with her, she whispered. You look happy. I am. Tears welled up. It should have been us. No. I said, it should have been honest. That's the difference. I miss you. You miss control. She flinched. That's not fair. Neither was cheating. She didn't reply. I'm not that man anymore, Alina. I stopped chasing people who watched me drown. A tear slid down her cheek. So this is goodbye? It already was. She left without another word. That night, I found Mira on the rooftop of her building, legs swinging over the ledge. I told you she'd come back, she said. And you were right. Did you let her in long enough to let her out properly? Mira looked at me. That's growth. I'm trying. We sat in silence for a while. The city pulsed beneath us, and then I turned to her. I need to say something. She looked over. Okay? I took a breath. You never pushed, never asked for anything. But you gave me more than anyone ever has. I just didn't want to be another mess in your life. You're not. You're the calm. Her eyes softened, and for a second I forgot how to breathe. I leaned in, slowly, deliberately. Our lips touched, just briefly, warm, hesitant, real. Then she pulled back. Ishaan, I know. Don't do this to get back at her. I'm not. She searched my face. Then why? Because I want you, not to hurt her, to heal me. Her breath caught. You mean that? I nodded. I finally chose myself, Mira, and I chose right. She didn't say anything, but her smile, that said everything. Ishaan. Tanya's voice on the phone was unusually soft. I know we haven't talked since, well, everything, yeah. I wasn't exactly expecting your call. I wouldn't bother you unless it was important. Go on. It's Alina. My stomach didn't flinch. That surprised me. She's falling apart. Arjun dumped her, publicly, at a networking event, no less. I raised an eyebrow. Charming. Guess she picked a mirror. She's losing clients, too. Burned bridges with half the PR firms in town. She always thought charm covered cruelty. She came to my office crying, begging for a referral. You gave her one. No. Tanya said. I told her karma's never late. Later that week, I met Mira outside my building. She had coffee in one hand and a croissant in the other. You know what I realized, she said. What? You've stopped flinching when people mention her name. That obvious, she smiled. Only to someone who watches closely. I took a bite of her croissant without asking. She's unraveling, I heard. I didn't have to do a thing. You weren't supposed to. Karma did it for me, Mira nodded. Funny how it always knows the address. It happened just past midnight. A loud knock, then another. Then pounding. Ishaan. A slurred voice screamed from the hallway. Please. Mira froze. Is that? Yeah. I opened the door just enough to see her. Alina, mascara smudged, bottle in hand, eyes bloodshot. Let me in, please. I need to talk. I stepped back. No. She tried to push past me. But then Mira appeared beside me. Alina's face crumbled. You're really with her now. Mira's voice was calm. You made your choices, Alina. Now live with them. I made a mistake. You made a pattern, Mira said. Alina shook. I can't breathe. Everything's falling apart. I warned you, I said quietly. I begged you to stop lying. I lost everything, she whispered. I didn't take anything from you. I replied, you gave it away. Tears spilled from her eyes. Don't you feel anything? I looked at her and waited. No, I finally said. I really don't. Mira closed the door. I heard Alina slump against it, sobbing. Mira didn't speak. She just walked to the couch and sat down, motioning for me. I sat beside her. You okay? She asked softly. I think I am. You don't feel guilty? I thought I wouldn't. I just feel peace. Mira reached for my hand. I didn't flinch. I held hers back and leaned into the quiet. Her presence wrapped around me like a blanket. That night, for the first time in months, I slept all the way through. Can you believe we own matching mugs now? I laughed, pulling one out of the box labeled kitchen. Fragile. Mira raised an eyebrow. You're the one who insisted on his and hers. I did not. That was sarcasm, sure. The same sarcasm that made you label the spice drawer hot mess. Guilty. She smirked and handed me another mug. Still smells like cardboard in here. I'll light a candle. I swear, if it's sandalwood again, it's calming. Mira rolled her eyes. You just want this place to feel like a yoga studio? Peaceful, quiet, safe. 3 things you used to hate, she said softly. I paused. No. 3 things I didn't know I needed later. While unpacking the last box marked misc, avoid if emotional, I heard Mira behind me. What's this? I turned. She was holding a sealed envelope pulled, creased, my name scribbled in one corner. I froze. Where'd you find that? Between the books in your nightstand. I took a deep breath. It's a letter. To Alina. I never sent it. Mira didn't speak. She sat down on the couch and opened it. I waited. She read it quietly, lips pressed together, expression unreadable. I felt my heart thud in my chest. She folded the letter, looked up, and handed it back. Keep it. Why? As a reminder of who you were and how far you've come. I looked at it. I don't want to keep it. Mira tilted her head. You sure? Yeah. I walked to the kitchen, pulled a matchbook from the drawer, and lit the corner of the envelope. The paper curled quickly, flames licking the words I once thought I'd never forget. We stood in silence as a letter turned to ash in the metal tray. I whispered, thank you for choosing me. She touched my arm. No. You chose you. I just stayed that night. We lay on the floor, boxes still everywhere, dinner cold because we'd forgotten about it. Mira rested her head on my chest. Do you still get nightmares? Sometimes. Last week, I nodded. But they're different now. Less about her, more about losing myself again. You won't. I used to think pain made me feel alive. I know, she whispered. I saw it in your eyes the first night we met. I didn't know what peace felt like until I met you. She smiled. Peace isn't me, Ishaan. Peace is you not waiting for the storm anymore. A breeze came in through the open window. The night felt clean. Still. Do you regret it? I asked suddenly. Regret what? Letting me in, knowing I came with all that history. She sat up, looked me dead in the eyes. Your past didn't scare me. You pretending you didn't deserve better, that scared me. And now, you believe it, she said softly. You believe you deserve love that doesn't hurt. I swallowed hard. I do. I really do. Mira smiled. Then we're finally home. And just like that, I knew this wasn't just where I lived. It was where I healed.